Are you looking for a great romantic date night place in Nashville to go enjoy? It may be Valentine's Day, but I am a big believer in enjoying great date nights year round. So if you're looking for a great date night restaurant, stay tuned because in today's video, I am giving you 9 different great date night spots in and around the Nashville area. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin Martin and I am a local Nashville real estate agent and founder of the Caitlin Martin team, powered by 𝐋𝐈𝐊𝐄 Realtors, the Andrews Group. I specialize in working with savvy sellers who want to sell right and sell smart, as well as working with out-of-staters looking to relocate to the Middle Tennessee area. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, thank you so much. Please feel free to click subscribe down below so that you are notified every time I release new videos, which are coming out now on Tuesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Central Time. Also, feel free to go follow me over on Instagram at Caitlin Martin Realtor and the team Instagram at the Caitlin Martin Team, where we release all things about real estate in the Nashville area. So go check us out over there. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over 9 different great date night spots in and around the Nashville area. Again, it may be Valentine's Day, so it could be too late for reservations, but if you're coming to the Nashville area and you're really wanting some great time with your partner, these are 9 great places to check out. And here's the thing, Nashville has so many fantastic restaurants that it's hard to truly even condense it down into an itemized list like this. So just know that even outside of this list, there are fantastic options. But if you're looking for something and you don't know where to start, these 9 are a great opportunity. So let's go ahead and dive on in. All right, the first one is gonna be Once Upon a Time in France. This is actually located in the East Nashville neighborhood, and it is a really popular destination for locals for that great romantic date night spot because it is gonna be more of that intimate feel. It's only a 45-seat restaurant and there's no reservations allowed. So if you want to get in, your best bet is gonna be to go early. Now, it really has more of that like 1920s romantic vibe to it. Of course, it's going to have a French style menu, so you're going to be able to enjoy things like escargot, French onion soup. They also have a killer wine list. So if you maybe can't make the trip all the way over to France, this is a great option for you, especially if you're looking for more of that cozy romantic vibe inside. Once Upon a Time in France is a great place to go. All right, number 2 is gonna be 𝐒𝐶. This is a sushi and Asian cuisine restaurant. This is gonna be located in the Germantown area, which if you're unfamiliar with where that is, that's gonna be just north of downtown Nashville. So it's a really great restaurant. It's fairly newer. It's only been around for just a couple of years, but it is a really popular place because they've taken and really elevated the sushi game. It's really good. So instead of just the traditional rolls like a California roll or spicy tuna, they do have the traditional, but then they've also upgraded and they've gotten really creative with their sushi offerings. They also have, if sushi's not your thing, they also have some fantastic Asian cuisine dishes, and then they have a craft cocktail game that is almost second to none. Now, 𝐒𝐶 was actually first based in Charleston before they opened up their Nashville location. So they really do have this elevated experience at 𝐒𝐶. They do take reservations, so if this is one that you're interested in, I would get on Open Table and see what's available. But again, great place if you're looking for maybe a sushi date night. Now for number 3, we're gonna stay on the sushi theme here, and we're actually gonna talk about Virago. Now Virago is it's a part of the M Street restaurant, so it's located just off of downtown Nashville, and they recently moved locations to a more swanky vibe. So Virago, like I said, is actually gonna be sushi and Asian cuisine, but their new space really gives you these like seductive, swanky, sexy, cosmopolitan vibes. Like the way it's set up in there, I mean, it is very much a vibey kind of place. And they have fantastic sushi offerings as well. And one of my personal favorites at Virago is actually the wasabi martini. I know that might not sound the best, but it is fantastic without getting that, because I know sometimes when you get a little bit too much wasabi, it can kind of clear out the nostrils, but the wasabi martini is not spicy in that way. It like captures the flavor essence of wasabi without being far too spicy. So it's really, really good. And again, Virago, you can make reservations there. They do tend to book up, so I would look at booking in advance if you can. But again, if you're really looking for something that's got that swanky, you know, sexy vibe to it, Virago is a really great option for a date night. Okay, up next is gonna be Urban Grub. Urban Grub is located in the 12 South neighborhood, which if you are unfamiliar of where that is, that's gonna be just south of downtown Nashville. Urban Grub has actually been around about 10 years now, and there's a reason why it has staying power, because it is so good. I mean, they also have a killer brunch. So if you are here for a weekend and maybe you wanna use some of these other date night spots for a date night, Urban Grub has a killer brunch, but they also do have a great dinner menu. They really specialize in oysters and charcuterie. They also have a really great steak menu. And then in addition to that, they also really have some great Southern specialties. So if you're maybe wanting some Southern food, but at an elevated experience, Urban Grub is a fantastic option, and you can get reservations at Urban Grub. Okay, up next is going to be the Optimist. This is a newer restaurant to the Nashville area, but it is absolutely fantastic. It is a dimly lit restaurant, so it does lend itself to that more romantic vibe, but it really specializes in upscale seafood. So that's not to say that there are not meat dishes. There absolutely are, but their specialty is really going to be in the seafood space. You can get raw oysters, lobster, red grouper. There's a lot of seafood options on the menu. So if seafood is your thing, it is flown in frequently, so it's not bad seafood by any means. The Optimist is just a really great option if maybe you're looking for kind of that romantic date night, but maybe you're in the mood for seafood. The Optimist does take reservations, so you can try to grab one there. But again, this is going to be back in the Germantown area, which again is just north of downtown Nashville. Okay, so up next is going to be the Continental. This is one of famous chef Sean Brock's restaurants in the Nashville area. We've actually been to his flagship restaurant in East Nashville called Audrey, and it was truly one of the best meals that we've ever had. Now, it is going to be a fixed menu. Even at the Continental, it's a fixed menu with fixed pricing, and it's generally about 5 courses. Now, I do have a food allergy, and at Audrey, they were able to accommodate that, and the food was still fantastic. And we made the option to go ahead and opt in for the wine pairings that went with the meal. And I'm not one to ever be fully convinced that wine can change the taste of food or can enhance it, but the way that he did the pairing, at least at Audrey, it 100% made a difference. It was the wildest thing. But the Continental, this is actually going to be located in downtown Nashville, and it really does have kind of that swanky romantic vibe to it. So that's why this one is making the list. Not to say that Audrey's not a great date night spot. It absolutely is. It just doesn't have as much of that like dimly lit romantic vibe as say the Continental does. But the Continental still fantastic. Anything by Sean Brock is going to be incredible. You can grab a reservation. Most of the time they still have openings, even on short notice. So be sure to grab an opening. You can sometimes grab a seat at the bar. It just depends. But again, this is a great option if you are really somebody that's maybe more of a foodie and you're looking for a great romantic spot. The Continental is absolutely fantastic. Okay, now from the Continental, we're gonna move a little bit further into downtown Nashville and talk about Druzy and Dar. This is a Jean-Georges restaurant, and it really prides itself on great flavorful dishes, and they use locally sourced meat and fish whenever possible. One of the things that was really important to this restaurant was making sure they used as much locally sourced food as possible. It's in the bottom of the Hermitage Hotel, and they really did a great job of trying to preserve the architecture in that hotel. If you've never been, the Hermitage is absolutely stunning, and it really does have that like early 1900s architecture style to it. And so they've done a great job of preserving kind of those vaulted ceilings in there. You've got this great romantic vibe inside of Druzy and Dar. They've got live oak walls, and they do have a partially opened kitchen. So it's a really neat dining experience. Also, you know, they're really big on making sure that it is seasonal foods. So the menu is not going to be the same all year round. If say you visit in the summer versus the winter, there's going to be different offerings on the menu, which makes it really great so that you don't necessarily get bored if it does become one of your favorites. But Druzy and Dar, they do offer complimentary valet when you eat at the restaurant, which is great because parking downtown can be a bit of a challenge. But it is a great restaurant and you can get reservations. So if you're looking for a great date night spot in the heart of downtown Nashville, Druzy and Dar is a really great option. All right, now from Druzy and Dar, we are going to head to one of my tried and true favorites, which is going to be Barcelona Wine Bar. This is going to be in the Edge Hill neighborhood. So it's going to be, again, just south of downtown Nashville. Barcelona has been around for like 5, 6, 7 years now. So it really specializes on wine and tapas. So you do, again, you've got that great atmosphere. They can accommodate large groups as well as just a great date night setting. You can even sit at the bar if you want to, but their tapas, they continue to change it. Now, if you don't necessarily want to do several plates of little tapas, they do have other full-blown menu options. Sometimes they're big enough for you to still share. So kind of like the sushi and Asian cuisine restaurants, if maybe tapas aren't your thing, you do have other options, so you're not just locked into one or two. But again, they also have a very extensive wine menu. I mean, it's very fitting considering it's called a wine bar, but this is really a fantastic place. This has been a tried and true favorite of mine for several years now. So if you're kind of looking for that bit of a lively atmosphere, but still kind of swanky and fun, Barcelona and Edge Hill is a great option. And you may have heard of Barcelona because it is available in other cities, but the one here in Nashville is really great too. And then my last favorite date night spot, this is quite literally a tried and true favorite, all-time favorite of mine, and that's gonna be Bourbon Steak. If you're looking for a fantastic, lovely, romantic date night spot, you really want that steak dinner, Bourbon Steak is the place to go. But here's the thing, Bourbon Steak, they do book up in advance. So if you're planning a trip, it's going to be a great opportunity, if this is one that you want to try out, to try to get a reservation as soon as possible, especially Friday and Saturday nights tend to be the busiest. Now, there's a reason why it continues to top these lists or be included in lists, but that's because it is absolutely one of my all-time favorites for several reasons. The food is unmatched. The menu is fantastic. We have been there enough to where we know every time we go, we are getting a solid meal. The truffle mac and cheese is worth ordering 2, 1 to have at dinner, 1 to take home and enjoy later. It's that good. It's some of the best truffle mac and cheese I've ever had. So not only that, but again, the ambiance and the atmosphere is quite literally second to none. You can't match it anywhere else in the city, at least as of right now. We do know Nashville's growing, so I'm sure competition is coming. But in terms of the atmosphere, you really have those floor to ceiling windows that give you expansive views of the city. It is romantic. It's got that like just upscale steakhouse restaurant feel, which is one of the best views and atmospheres that you can find in Nashville. So if you want to learn more about Bourbon Steak, I do actually have a video completely dedicated to it, and I walk you through some of our favorite menu items. If you want to check that out, you can click right up here and go check out that video. But I couldn't mention date night spots in Nashville without mentioning Bourbon Steak. So that's my list of 9 great date night spots. Again, there are so many others, but I'm thinking Valentine's Day, I'm thinking romantic date night, kind of has that like romantic vibe to it. All of these restaurants are fantastic, and a lot of them do take reservations, so you can plan ahead for your next date night. Now, if you are ready to fall in love with Nashville and call it home, if you're looking to make that move, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself and my team. All of our contact information is below. We specialize in working with relocation buyers, and we would love the opportunity to partner with you and to help you make that move as smooth as possible. If you're ready to start that conversation, there's a link down below where you can go go ahead and click it and book a Zoom call with me to start that conversation. But if you're not ready yet, that's okay too. I have a free Nashville relocation guide down below. Just click the link to be able to download. Again, my name is Caitlin Martin. I'll see you next time.